2025 is already turning into an action-packed ride, and we're only partway through the year. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 best new action shows of 2025 so far. Whether you're into rogue agents, vigilantes, or futuristic warriors, this list has something for everyone. Let's get started. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is The Bondsman. This dark, supernatural drama follows Hub Halloran, a rugged bounty hunter who gets a second shot at life after a mysterious resurrection, but with a terrifying new mission. No longer chasing down outlaws, Hub is now hunting demons. Tasked with tracking the Chained Seven, fallen angels that have escaped from hell, he must battle otherworldly threats while confronting the sins of his past. Blending high-stakes action, horror, and emotional drama, The Bondsman dives deep into themes of redemption, guilt, and the cost of second chances. Expect intense fight scenes, ritualistic mysteries, and shocking betrayals as Hub faces off against fire demons, haunted souls, and the demons within himself. With its gritty, small-town setting and a storyline that's as emotional as it is explosive, The Bondsman promises to be a breakout hit for fans of supernatural action. This is one series you won't want to miss.
We never stop. I see a man who loves his family. Children are worth protecting.
Sliding into the number 9 spot is Paradise. The series combines elements of drama, mystery, and action within a post-apocalyptic setting and has garnered significant attention for its intricate storytelling and strong performances. Set 3 years after a catastrophic doomsday event caused by an Antarctic supervolcanic eruption, the show takes place in a massive underground bunker in Colorado, housing some of the world's most influential individuals. The story follows Secret Service agent Xavier Collins as he investigates the murder of the president, who is found dead under mysterious circumstances. The series explores themes of survival, loyalty, and political intrigue against the backdrop of societal collapse. Flashbacks provide insight into Collins' life before the disaster and his role as part of the president's security detail during the chaotic evacuation process. At number 8, The Night Agent Season 2. After the massive success of its debut season, The Night Agent returns for its second season. The Night Agent follows low-level FBI agent Peter Sutherland, who stumbles into a massive conspiracy while manning a quiet emergency line in the basement of the White House. In Season 1, Peter uncovered treason at the highest levels of government. Now, in Season 2, the stakes are global. Set against the backdrop of international espionage, cyber warfare, and shifting alliances, Season 2 takes Peter out of Washington, D.C. and into unfamiliar territory. From tense safe houses to shadowy European backstreets, Peter's mission is now about stopping a geopolitical catastrophe that could spark a world war. With its blend of Bourne-style action, paranoid spy games, and character-driven drama, The Night Agent Season 2 delivers more betrayal and more edge-of-your-seat moments.
Just had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Coming in at number 7 is Ironheart. Ironheart follows Riri Williams, a brilliant young inventor and MIT student from Chicago who created a powerful suit of armor rivaling Iron Man's technology. The series is set after the events of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and centers on Riri returning to her hometown of Chicago, where she faces new challenges as she tries to make her mark on the world. Ironheart dives into the collision between science and magic. As Riri finds herself going head-to-head with the Hood, a street-level sorcerer, this clash of tech versus mysticism offers a fresh and thrilling angle on the superhero genre. The series explores Riri's journey of self-discovery, her determination to prove herself as a hero, and the tension between science and magic. Expect explosive aerial battles, gritty urban showdowns, and dazzling suit upgrades that resembles Iron Man's suit. At number 6, we have Day of the Jackal, a modern reimagining of Frederick Forsyth's classic thriller novel and the acclaimed 1973 film adaptation. This high-stakes cat-and-mouse game stars Eddie Redmayne as the Jackal, an elusive assassin whose methodical approach to his craft has made him legendary in the shadowy world of contract killing. On the other side of the chase is Lashana Lynch, a relentless MI6 analyst turned field officer who becomes obsessed with capturing the Jackal before it's too late. Their cat-and-mouse game takes us from London to Paris through Eastern Europe and beyond, each location dripping with atmosphere and danger. The show dives into questions of state power, political manipulation, and the ethics of surveillance, making it both a pulse-pounding thriller and a thought-provoking reflection of our times. With its mix of espionage, action, and psychological depth, The Day of the Jackal has solidified itself as one of the standout thriller series of recent years.
Now they're afraid.
Reaching the midpoint of our countdown at number 5 is Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2 returns with the kind of political intrigue, grounded world-building, and gritty espionage that made Season 1 one of the most critically acclaimed Star Wars shows to date. Set 5 years before the events of Rogue One, the second and final season chronicles the final steps of Cassian Andor's transformation from a reluctant survivor to a fully committed rebel spy. This time around, the stakes is sky high, the Empire is tightening its grip, and the seeds of full-blown rebellion are sprouting from the shadows. Expect spy missions, sabotage, betrayal, and shifting loyalties as the show takes us across multiple planets and into the heart of both the Empire's machinery and the Rebel network. The action in Andor stands apart for its tactical realism and consequences. Unlike the fantastical lightsaber duels or space dogfights in other Star Wars properties, combat in Andor is messy, dangerous, and often fought from positions of disadvantage. The rebels are outgunned and outmanned, making their victories all the more impactful when they come. Breaking into the top 4 of our countdown is Daredevil Born Again. Daredevil Born Again is a revival and continuation of the Daredevil Netflix series, now integrated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The series begins several years after the events of the original show and follows Matt Murdock, who has stepped away from his vigilante identity as Daredevil for over a year. However, his peaceful life as a blind lawyer in Hell's Kitchen is disrupted when Wilson Fisk, the former kingpin of crime, is elected as the mayor of New York City, setting the stage for a tense collision between the two adversaries. This series isn't just a continuation of the Netflix original, it's a reimagining with fresh storytelling, deeper connections to the broader MCU. At number 3 is Netflix's American Primeval, a brutal and unflinching limited series that reinvents the Western genre for modern audiences. This 6-episode epic tells the story of the American frontier in the 1820s, focusing on the violent clash between Native American tribes, European settlers, trappers, and soldiers. At the center of the storm is a traumatized man haunted by his past, who becomes entangled in a brutal conflict during the early days of the American West. The series follows his journey through a harsh, unforgiving land where lawlessness reigns, trust is a luxury, and survival is the only rule. What distinguishes American Primeval in the action landscape is its commitment to historical authenticity, combined with visceral, uncompromising depictions of frontier violence. The series doesn't romanticize the period, but instead examines the brutal reality of survival on the American frontier and the moral cost of westward expansion. Beyond the action, American Primeval explores themes of colonization, survival, and the different definitions of civilization that clashed during America's westward expansion. At number 2 is HBO's The Last of Us, set to hit HBO Max on April 13th. Following its groundbreaking debut, HBO's The Last of Us is set to return in 2025. The first season, hailed as one of the greatest video game adaptations of all time, delivered intense storytelling, emotionally charged performances, and a hauntingly immersive post-apocalyptic world. This season will be based on the narrative of The Last of Us Part 2 video game and will take place approximately 5 years after the events of the first season. This season will delve into complex themes of revenge, the profound impact of grief, and the destructive, cyclical nature of violence in a post-apocalyptic world. HBO has confirmed that The Last of Us will likely run for 4 seasons, meaning this installment will only cover part of The Last of Us Part 2. Fans can expect a carefully paced adaptation that builds tension and sets up even greater stakes for the future. Taking our top spot is Reacher Season 3, which has firmly established itself as the gold standard for action television. Based on Lee Child's beloved novel series, the 3rd season adapts the book Persuader, taking Alan Ritchson's Jack Reacher undercover to infiltrate a criminal organization run by a man from his military past. The storyline follows Reacher as he poses as a criminal enforcer to rescue a DEA agent and settle a personal score with a former military leader who has established a smuggling empire in coastal Maine. Alan Ritchson returns in the title role that has made him an action star, bringing the perfect blend of physical intimidation and quiet intelligence. Despite his no-nonsense attitude, Reacher's vulnerabilities are more apparent this season. His internal conflict, moral code, and occasional loneliness are explored as he risks everything to protect those caught in the crossfire. There you have it, the top 10 best action TV series of 2025 so far. Which one are you most hyped for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an explosive countdown like this.